Hello and welcome to Ontario Construction News Daily Podcast, Friday, February 7th, 2025. We'll be discussing a massive new nuclear facility planned to bring thousands of jobs and billions in GDP growth. Plus, we've got an update on a city exceeding its housing targets, but facing funding issues due to an outdated system. Stay tuned. Ontario Power Generation is looking at building a massive new nuclear facility at the Wesleyville Generating Station near Port Hope. The site's huge size and existing infrastructure make it perfect for this. They're working with local First Nations and the town to explore the idea, which could bring 10,000 megawatts of power, enough for 10 million homes. The project is projected to boost Ontario's GDP by $235 billion and create over 10,000 jobs, with a significant portion going to the Port Hope area. OPG stresses a transparent process with community input and emphasizes that they'll only proceed with the project if they have the support of everyone involved. Toronto City Council has unanimously approved a Buy Local, Buy Canadian campaign, a direct response to President Trump's tariff threats. They're also affirming Canada's independence after Trump's repeated suggestions of Canada becoming the 51st U.S. state. The city manager says U.S. contracts are less than 10% of Toronto's budget, and a complete ban wouldn't be beneficial. Mayor Chow, while thankful for a one-month delay on tariffs, says the city's reviewing its procurement practices and exploring initiatives to support local businesses, just in case. The campaign will encourage residents and businesses to buy local to support the city's economy and protect jobs. There's also a push for Ottawa to create a Made in Canada label. Peterborough is getting a major housing boost. The Canadian government and the city are teaming up to fast-track the construction of 356 new homes in the next 3 years, thanks to new funding. This is just the start. They're aiming for over 2,500 more homes in the next decade. The plan includes streamlining the approval process, reducing development costs, and building more medium-density housing. Peterborough already exceeded its 2024 housing targets, exceeding provincial goals by over 30%. The city's also working on simplifying regulations and speeding up approvals to get more homes built faster and more affordably. Markham, Ontario crushed its housing permit targets last year, issuing permits for over 4,200 new homes. That's way above the provincial goal. However, the province's funding formula is based on a different metric, housing starts, which lags behind permit issuance. This means Markham might miss out on up to $15 million in provincial funding, because the way they count housing starts is outdated. The city says their streamlined approval process is working, but the province's system doesn't reflect that success. Mayor Scarpitti is calling for a change, saying the current system is shortchanging cities like Markham that are successfully boosting housing supply. Ajax Mayor Sean Collier is pretty bummed that the province denied funding for the Hunt Street Extension Project, or H-Link. This key infrastructure project was meant to boost development near the Ajax GO station, creating more housing and better transit. The mayor says it's a missed opportunity, especially since the government's pushing for more intensification around transit hubs. He points out that Whitby got millions for a similar project, and that H-Link would have a much bigger impact on housing affordability in the long run. Collier's urging the province to reconsider, saying without H-Link, their plans for a thriving downtown are going to be a lot tougher to realize. This rejection has Ajax leaders worried about meeting the growing need for affordable housing and sustainable development. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today's Ontario Construction News Daily Podcast, Friday, February 7th, 2025. We hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for listening to the Daily Podcast. Would you and your company be interested in becoming the featured sponsor for only $495 a month? Reach out to Chase via email chase@ontarioconstructionnews.com to get more details. We created this podcast with the help of AI.